Hello and welcome to Norwood News. Today is Friday, June 21st, and I'm your host, Krista McDonald. Wednesday morning, the Board of Health met in the Police and Fire Community Room, where a crowd of speakers came before the board to voice their opinions on the proposed changes regarding the regulations of the sale of tobacco and nicotine delivery products in Norwood. The Board of Health made its decision after hearing from both sides.
The amended motion is to ban all flavored, including mint, menthol, and wintergreen, tobacco and vaping products in all establishments, including adult only.
So the CVS, no. So a convenience store can still sell Juul?
No.
Okay.
No.
So I want to.
All the convenience store can sell is really tobacco
Combustible
products.
tobacco products.
Well, not
Tobacco's
combustible,
like
because
the
they might
Stripes,
sell
Camel.
like chew or...
Chew or, yeah, Marlboros,
Okay, did we
whatever.
vote on that?
You made the motion, but she just said,
Okay.
I
all
just,
right?
the amended motion, so.
The amended motion.
I second it.
No, you made it.
Oh, I made it.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Do we need to read that one more time, or?
I think we got that one. I think the next issue is an effective date.
And if
Also, it was decided that the number of establishments that are allowed to sell nicotine and tobacco delivery products will be no more than 2.
So we don't want to have a continual rolling of two establishments. Is this what-
No, well, they stay in business, Kathy. If one of them goes out of business, then we're down to one.
Right, I guess
Then-
that's what I mean.
Yeah.
We don't want to, if we capped at 2 and we have 2, when somebody turns their license in, we go down by that 1 and remain, the cap would then become 1.
Right,
With the
what the board
eventuality of
did?
being
Yeah.
0?
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Can we put that, can we write that?
Yeah,
into
we can
the-
put that language in, for sure.
Okay. Someone want to make a motion?
I do. Go
Okay.
ahead. I make a motion, we accept that as law,
Okay,
ASAP.
okay, and how about restricting to
I'm sorry,
adult
before
only?
we move on, sorry, Kathy.
Okay.
When you say ASAP, you want effective today? Because we haven't talked
Yeah.
about effective dates yet.
I'm okay with this,
With the
this
capping.
one particular part of the tobacco to be effective ASAP today. Today.
We make a motion and seconded it, and everybody said.
Yeah,
All in
I-
favor?
All in favor, aye.
To watch the full Board of Health meeting, visit the on-demand library at norwoodcommunitymedia.org or watch the NCM government channel. Earlier this week, Norwood Police and Fire were called to a scene where a child had fallen from a 3-story building located in South Norwood. For more on this report, let's throw it down to Chief Brooks at the station.
On Tuesday, we got a 911 call at about 3 o'clock that a child had fallen out a window from an apartment on Dean Street. We got there very quickly. Norwood Fire was right behind us. We found that a 3-year-old boy had fallen 3 stories. He fell from a 3-story window and landed on pavement. He was conscious when we got there. Fire department treated him right away. There was some talk about flying him into Boston, but MedFlight wasn't flying. Norwood Fire made the decision to transport him straight there. We sent the radio car out to pick up his mother, who was working at the time, and transport her. So the child is at Children's Hospital. He seems to be doing okay. We understand that there's no broken bones. As we investigated it, we found that he had been left alone. The grandmother had been minding him. She went out for a short period of time while the child was asleep. I think she probably believed that the child wasn't going to wake up, but he did, and fell out the window. So we have notified DCF. That's standard protocol for us. That's what we do, and we'll conduct an investigation with them jointly. So we're glad the child is okay. Norwood Fire did a phenomenal job, as they always do.
Thanks, Chief, and thank you to your staff who arrived on the scene so quickly. Stay tuned after this break for this week's Living Local. Welcome back. In New York, Broadway is known for its theaters and shows. In Norwood, it's known for its pizza. Let's see what's on the menu at Broadwood Pizza and Grill on this week's Living Local.
Just steps away from busy Washington Street on the corner of Broadway and East Cottage Street is Broadway Pizza and Grill, the perfect spot to grab a quick slice.
It's a pleasure to have you over. My name is John Mantis. I'm the owner of Broadway Pizza and Grill. For the past 6 years, I'm a researcher by trade. And I opened this place with my brother-in-law as an investment. He was supposed to be running the place, me being a partner. Unfortunately, he couldn't stay on, so I ended up running the business myself for the past almost 6 years, with a year not being here when I tried to put a business partner in. And unfortunately, it didn't work out, but as I said, we've been back for a year now. We're located in Norwood Center, or a little bit off Norwood Center, in the heart of Norwood. The center of Norwood, is, people know, is I would say congested, but it has a lot of options of pizza places and other restaurants. So one of those places is us, Broadway Pizza and Grill. We're looking at 75 Cottage Street East, in the corner of Broadway and Cottage Street, across from McDonald's and between the bowling alley and McDonald's.
Mantis describes the start of Broadway Pizza and how he's gotten to know the people of Norwood.
The beginning was tough. It was tough. The place where I opened the place here, it used to be different businesses for a while. Talking to the people of Norwood for the past 6 years, and I have to know a lot of them, the feedback that I'm getting is I'm the one that was able to stay here for the past 6 years, as I said, and make a business out of it, of the place where before, people would come in and, stay for a couple months or a few months, and then, the business was closed.
With a wide range menu, Broadway Pizza can accommodate almost any appetite.
Specialties, from what the customers are telling us, we have been known to have, I don't want to sound condescending or a little bit arrogant, but we've been known to have some of the best chicken parm in town, chicken cutlets. We make it in-house. As I said, about 90% of our dishes we make it in-house, freshly made every day, like the dough, whether it's burgers, chicken parm. From what customers telling us and what even our reviews are telling us in various online social media, like Yelp, Facebook, or Google, we had some of the best chicken parm in the area. Then I said our chicken, grilled chicken, is famous in, I would say, in town. People like our salads, grilled chicken salad or garden salads with chicken. But I would say even our pizzas, people seem to like our pizzas. So we have specialty pizzas, and our Broadway special is one of our famous ones, Hawaiian special. And I said, it's not one dish. I wouldn't call it one dish that's specialty. We strive to do a lot of things to our best of our ability every day. At the process, we are revamping our website, so it's down right now, but we're making a new website. But also, again, a lot of people call us. We have a phone number, 781-349-8422, which is our main phone number. People call us and place the orders for either pickup or deliveries. We deliver throughout Norwood. Try to come down to Broadway Pizza, try some of our dishes. I don't think you'll be disappointed. My staff and I always try to accommodate special needs or special requests, whether it's allergies or not. But even if we don't have a dish on the menu, we'll go out of our way to make it happen for you, because that's what we do. We try to satisfy our customers to the best of our abilities by serving some good food, succulent, delicious food. So that'll make you guys to come back again and again and experience the various dishes that we have.
While Broadway in New York is filled with stars, so is Norwood's Broadway. With glowing online reviews, Broadway is a favorite among many.
On Monday, June 17th, the Enforcement Division of the State Ethics Commission filed an order to show cause alleging that former Norwood Selectman Helen Donahue violated the Conflict of Interest Law by repeatedly participating as a town official in matters related to EC Plaza in Norwood. The Conflict of Interest Law requires a person to publicly disclose any facts or circumstances that might create the appearance of bias or favoritism if a reasonable person may conclude that such facts or circumstances would cause a public official to act in a biased manner or be subject to undue influence when acting in their official capacity. Donahue failed to publicly disclose that her daughters had a financial interest in a nearby property or that she had a history of conflict with the plaza's owner, Paul Isi. Prior to issuing an order to show cause, the Enforcement Division offers Donahue or her attorney the opportunity to resolve the matter through a disposition agreement. The Petition State Ethics Commission has asked the State Ethics Commission to find that Donahue violated the Conflict of Interest law and to levy such civil penalties, issue such orders, and grant such other relief as may be appropriate. A hearing in the matter will be scheduled within 90 days. Stay tuned after this break to find out what is happening in your local government.
Stop by the Norwood Memorial Library and check out magazines, newspapers, DVDs, and of course, books. The library also offers a variety of services, including passport renewal, a notary, and tutoring, with multiple different meeting rooms which can be booked for your convenience. Take advantage of online digital resources and get assistance with all of your research needs. Kids can enjoy the children's room stocked with books and toys. There are also a variety of programs for children and adults. And if you can't make it into the library can come to you with home delivery. The library is open Monday through Thursday, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., and on Fridays from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. To learn more, go to www.norwoodlibrary.org.
Welcome back to Norwood News. The week in government kicked off with the Planning Board Monday night. The agenda included discussion of the open lot storage on Everett Street, as well as Route 1 study. An amendment to the zoning bylaw aimed at properly preserving the historical value of older homes was proposed by the attorney representing the owners of the property at 289 Walpole Street.
Houses in the general residence district and that have a lot of an area that is equal to the area required for a single-family residence in that district to be converted to two-family houses if they meet certain criteria and if they don't exceed certain limitations. So what that does is allow people to take older houses on lots that are single-family lots, convert them to two families in the hopes that, I suppose, you preserve these older houses.
The next Planning Board meeting is July 8th. At the Zoning Board of Appeals on Tuesday night, Daniel Jones appeared before the board about his application for a business permit on Endicott Street. This is a continuation from their May 7th meeting. At that meeting, some members of the board voiced their concerns about the application, which Mr. Jones has addressed and improved. After much discussion, Daniel Jones decided to pull his application for this project.
This is my last shot at opening up my own business. I have extended this just with this place alone for nearly 6 months, and I have no more resources. So I held out on good faith, and I'll never be back in this position again. So this was my one shot, and it's now shot, and that's extremely unfortunate because I had faith in the system, and the fact that it was kept going to a continuance gave me hope. So I am extremely it's just very unfortunate. So I'm going to withdraw, but I can't say how disappointed I am. I disagree with a number of your points, but that's my opinion. You guys obviously have your opinion, but I don't know what I'm going to do now.
We need a motion to withdraw at this point.
Mm-hmm.
The board unanimously voted to accept the applicant's withdrawal and encouraged him to apply in the future. The ZBA's next meeting will be held on July 16th. Eagle Scout Adam Gorin returned to Town Hall to meet with the Conservation Commission to discuss a proposed new trail as part of his Eagle Scout project. After meeting with Adam, the Concom also met with Goldman Environmental Consultants representing the Central Auto Team to request ANRAD for a project located on Route 1. The next Conservation Commission meeting will be Wednesday, July 17th at 7:30. School committee met this past Wednesday to continue the busy summer preparations for the next school year. The committee reorganized and elected Teresa Stewart as the new chair, with Maya Bodenhofer as the vice chair. Coakley Middle School principal Dr. Frasick appeared to discuss the handbook for the next year, which will now remove gender-specific portions of the CMS dress code.
Some things, so I'm not going to go through it specifically, but we're trying to get away of sort of gender-focused dress code a little bit, because our dress code, in my opinion, has been a little bit gender-focused, and also has been a little bit focused, could be interpreted as targeting different minorities in our school. So you'll see that we eliminated bandanas, we eliminated sweatbands as being not allowed. I'm going to speak in a lot of double negatives here. So we are re-allowing bandanas and headbands. Our kids wear them. Our kids, they wear them as decoration for themselves. I don't know how to, as fashion. Hair ties, thank you. Yeah, and things of that nature.
Later in the meeting, Chairwoman Stewart took the opportunity to thank the committee and the community for another successful school year heading into the summer break.
So thank you for nominating me as chair. But Maya, thank you so much for your leadership and guidance over the last 2+ years in this role. I think that you are the perfect chair through all of the challenges that we had to go through, and you really led all of us in the district gracefully. So thank you very much. Anne-Marie, thank you for everything that you've done for the district, and I know you're here for a couple more weeks, but we will miss you. And Dr. Maya, obviously you've been busy. Dr. Thompson, I know you've been busy. I've seen your desk. And there's so much going on in the district right now with all the principals and all the movement, bringing the override funds together. So, Joan, just as you already said, we're seeing that. But the override just happened on June 3rd, and we're already seeing amazing things. And I'm so proud to be a part of the school committee and be a part of the district and the community at large. So I also wish everybody a happy summer.
The school committee will also take a brief summer vacation and resume activities on August 7th. To watch complete government coverage, tune into the NCM Government Channel or watch it on demand at norwoodcommunitymedia.org. Stay tuned after this break to find out what is happening in your schools.
Hi, I'm Chief Bill Brooks of the Norwood Police Department. The men and women of the Norwood PD are committed to protecting you and to providing you with top quality service. We're busy. Norwood is a nice town, but in any given 24-hour cycle, we handle anywhere from 65 to 90 radio calls and officer-initiated events. We patrol the town's 10 square miles, including over 100 miles of roadways. Our traffic enforcement focuses on places where crashes have occurred, neighborhoods where residents have reported chronic violations, and offenses that impact crashes like speed, texting, running stop signs and red lights, and failing to yield to pedestrians. When we're not tied up on calls, we work hard to build relationships with members of the community. So you'll see our officers out walking footbeats, checking in with merchants, and stopping at sporting events to chat with kids. We believe that every resident should know, or at least feel like they know, a member of our department. So if you see us, stop and say hello. We'd love to chat with you. On behalf of the men and women of the Norwood Police Department, it's our pleasure to serve you.
Welcome back. Now we're going to go to our schools reporter, Tim Rose. This is Tim's final report, and all of us on the news team wish him the best of luck as he heads off to the Newhouse School of Communications at Syracuse University. Thanks, Tim, so much for promoting all the good news in the school system.
Thanks, Kristen. I appreciate the kind words. It's been a lot of fun spreading all the good news happening in our Norwood schools. Let's get started. Recently, 4th grade students at the Balch took a trip to the Worcester Equatorium. Despite the rainy weather, the kids had fun exploring the trails where they spotted bald eagles, owls, and other wildlife. They even did some rock climbing and experienced what it would be like to stand outside in a hurricane. There was also an opportunity to attend a presentation in the planetarium to learn more about our planet and the reason for the seasons. It was a fun day for the students. On Tuesday and Wednesday this week, firefighter Paul Ronco visited classrooms at the Willett Early Childhood Center. The students learned about the fire safety and making sure they had adult supervision around campfires, matches, and sparklers this summer. Firefighter Paul showed the kids how to crawl below smoke, stop, drop, and roll, and identify smoke detectors in their homes. And parents, firefighter Paul has homework for you this week. Check those batteries. Also at the Willett, the school held their kindergarten celebrations. Every student had their big moment on stage, sang songs, and received their certificates. There was a big crowd at every celebration, and they will be broadcast on NCM and also available on demand on the NCM website. A creative new learning experience is happening in the Norwood High School English and Social Studies departments. Genius Hour is an opportunity for students to pursue one of their own hobbies or passions within the school day. This is an attempt to get students to buy into their own education by giving them the freedom to pick their Genius Hour project topic. NHS English teacher Lindsay Connolly implemented it this spring and walks us through the process.
The way that I started it is by giving them an interest survey a few months ago, which just asked them really to reflect on how they spend their time outside of school, what subjects they have skills in, and how those skills manifest outside of school, what their hobbies are. And so from their broad interest list, we narrowed it down to interests that they have questions about, and then we picked one, and they had to ask a driving question. And a driving question was something that can't be answered with a quick Google, something that would require research and experience to answer. So once they created the driving question, the librarian, Jen Bradley, and I spent a lot of time with them crafting a question that would take them a lot of time to answer. And from there, they had to find some resources, create bibliographies, and then spend an hour every week or so just exploring that interest and working towards some kind of goal that they had to choose themselves. The way that Genius Hour is intended to be structured is that we want it to be used for one class per 7-day cycle. And no matter what we were doing in class, we would stop everything in that day, that Genius Hour day. They would pursue whatever the next part of their project was, and they made their own to-do lists, their own lists of products, and so it was very independent.
Art, music composition and performance, website design, calligraphy, physical therapy video programs, and special effects makeup were just some of the interesting topics researched during Genius Hour.
So we had a lot of students in the classroom, maybe building websites or writing books, and we also tried to open up the whole campus to them. So we had students going down to use the gym, to use the outdoor track, using all of the quiet spaces we could find, the art studio, to try to build towards whatever their final product was. Their final presentations were not their final product. I pitched it to them as the fact that they're not going to be able to accomplish everything they want to accomplish in this 6 hours that they had. So what they were presenting to us today was the endpoint that they were able to get to within that amount of time. And I asked them to show us whatever it is they came up with, some sort of visual aid, try to engage the audience if possible, but more so focus on what they learned. So why did they choose this topic in the first place? And now that they've spent 10 hours of their school days working on it since April, what have they learned? What have they learned about themselves? What have they learned about their topic? And hopefully for a lot of them, how are you going to keep working towards a final product now that the grade is over? Hopefully a lot of them will keep it going.
Genius Hour was implemented by English Department Head Teresa Drummy and Social Studies Department Head Jen Orlinsky. They both were impressed with the first-year results and look forward to seeing it grow at Norwood High School. At the Oldham School, Miss Shiloh and Miss Lang's 4th grade classes have been researching one of the 50 states. They have collected information, written an essay, and completed a poster presentation. June 13th was the Oldham State Fair, in which they invited families to come and listen to their presentations. They want to thank everyone who came to support all of their hard work. At the Cleveland School, 5th grade students took over the class as teachers. Each student created a 10-minute lesson plan on any topic of interest. Many incorporated Google Slides in their presentations. Lessons included instructions on making spaghetti, how money is made, and all about badminton. The Cleveland Student Council voted to hold an 80s Day last Friday. The school was a sea of neon, shades, and scrunchies. And the school celebrated its annual Drop Everything and Read Day with blue skies and sunshine. Parents, teachers, staff, and students read outside for 30 minutes. The Prescott and Callahan schools held the graduations of their 5th grade students. The students sang on the stage for the final time and received their certificates. Parents, siblings, and grandparents were in the audience to help celebrate the completion of elementary school. Good luck in 6th grade, everybody. Thursday was the last day of the school year, and teachers and students are looking forward to the summer of 2019. This is my last broadcast as the weekly school news reporter, and I've really enjoyed bringing you the school news every week for the past 2 years. I've learned that there are a lot of great things happening in our classrooms all across the district. Thank you for all the positive feedback, and I will be checking in with NCM as I continue my studies at Syracuse University. For one last time, let's go to Brian Dunn for the latest sports news.
All right, hold on, Tim. We're not done. We got a couple more things to talk about.
What?
This is your last one,
Yes.
and what we decided for all of us to do, first of all, is thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah,
Right?
it's been
And
a
we
lot
have
of fun.
the superintendent of schools is here.
Yes.
Dr. Thompson.
He is.
And come on out, Dr. Thompson.
What'd you think?
Excellent. You make me look really, really bad.
Oh, no way. Not at all.
What we wanted to do is take a minute. For the past 2 years, Tim has been doing this. And the funny thing is, I was thinking this morning, is during your broadcast, I've had to kind of crank the tripod up a little bit because you got taller as, as the news came along. But on behalf of the administration, all the principals, all the students, you've been so mature and professional, coming here every Thursday, volunteering your time. It was great to see you grow and develop, and we're excited about Syracuse. All of us at Norwood Community Media, you work for us on the side. It's just a great thing, and to see somebody like you rise up through the ranks, we couldn't be prouder of you.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It's been an incredible experience. I can't thank you guys enough for everything you've done. It's been so fun.
And
really.
I think, Dr. Thompson, I think the principals probably enjoy this.
Yeah, well, it's just great to have this kind of media and one of our students coming around and promoting what the great things that are happening in our school. So appreciate it.
And on the side, Tim has become a local celebrity for certain ages.
My fan base has been growing.
Yes.
Yeah, a lot of elementary schoolers and a lot of elderly people. But it's a good fan base. They like it.
But it's been great, Tim, and keep in touch. We'll see you when you get back and forth from Norwood. But so now it's time for real. Let's throw it to you-know-who.
All right, let's go to Brian Dunn for the latest sports news.
Thanks, Tim. We wish you the best of luck at Syracuse, and if you ever have tickets to a football game, let me know. But down to business here. Welcome to the Sports Update. I'm here with Kristen McDonald, not so new coach of the coaching staff here. Now the new boys head basketball coach. Kristen, congratulations. Welcome to the Mustang family.
Thanks.
So just tell me, this kind of came really quickly. So how long was this in the works?
It all happened really quickly. I had some people come to me, when it first was posted. And I was a little iffy about it at first. I have a really good thing going in Braintree. I love the kids. I'm really close. And so that was a big part that was weighing on me. And I try to be, a really strong advocate for girls basketball. And so I felt like if I went to the boys game, that I'd be like cheating on the game of basketball itself. So, but the same person who was actually our principal kind of kept coming back and asking. And so giving it more thought, it was just an understanding that I could still be a strong advocate and still just, basketball is basketball. So it happened really quickly. It was like a week and the turnover. So yeah, we had the interview. I know they interviewed a lot of good candidates, and then I was lucky enough to be chosen.
And what made, reading stuff online, I think the biggest thing for you was that if this switch was going to be made, leaving Braintree at all for boys basketball, it had to be the right fit.
Yep.
So what made Norwood the right fit?
That I work here too. I know the kids, they're awesome. So there wasn't any question about like the culture of this program and the school and things that you'd have to go in and change right away. I knew all that was going to be great to start. And then being able to have those relationships with kids, just, academically and then, social emotionally, but also now having the athletic piece. And it was always something I felt like I was missing from here. Like my athletic heart was in Braintree and everything else was here. And now to be able to put it all together is pretty cool.
And you come from a very strong program in Braintree girls basketball that you built for years. Against the state champions just a couple months ago. So just talk about what it's, the hard feeling of leaving them.
Yeah, it was brutal. I was like a puddle all weekend, crying last weekend. And, just having those conversations and seeing them in person and saying those, goodbyes is tough because you get so close with them. And, you spend a lot of time together. And just, I know them off the court really well too. So, yeah, it was hard to put that behind me. Still is, but I think, as we get going here, I'm more and more excited to get started.
And you sort of mentioned it, but is there any sort of nervousness kind of coming in to a team that, had a coach for a couple of years, that there might be a transitional period, or is it just something where you think you might hit the ground running?
Yeah, to be honest, I'm not nervous, just way more excited. I think it's like a fresh start. You get to kind of it's good because it reinvigorates my game. Like, I have to get better and I have to continue to work on things, and I think that's a fun challenge, like, as a, for personally as a coach. I think being able to start fresh and, like, not even knowing as much about them, like, I've seen them play and I've seen a million of the films, but being able to just start fresh and kind of build whatever we want to build going forward is a pretty cool thing.
Shifting gears to Little League Championship weekend over at Kelly Field last Saturday. It was the Nationals and the Cubs versus the Orioles and the Twins in two highly contested Little League bouts. Let's send it down to Tom Sharkey and Mike Kelly for the call of the action.
It's the only reason it's still on the menu.
Ooh, another rip by the Nats.
Max
Over the left
Conley
fielder's
came to
head.
play.
That was Max Conley getting a double, scoring two. Uh-oh. I know it's not the 4th of July, but this is a parade. A hit parade. There we go. Hughes right up the middle. Past the shortstop into center field. They get the ball in, and they get the out at second base.
And come out of the inning unscathed.
They do. That run does not count. There was a forced play at second. Come up here. He swings and misses, and that's it.
You got it.
The Nationals win the AAA championship.
Oh.
Celebrating on the field. Twins learned from last night. You got to take every chance you can to get a run in here. Doop.
Here it
pass
is.
ball. They send in O'Brien. Play the plate.
Okay,
And he's
is that
safe.
right?
He slid
He's
in.
all right.
Nice play. Dwyer gets in there to try to get the ball and tag him out, but they just couldn't get that throw back from catcher Murphy to Dwyer. So
Kobe rips a single. Ooh, out of the plate here. Ooh. A strange play of events. They did get the runner at home, but on the throw it hit the helmet, went out of play, giving the runner at third home plate.
Keneally's a little back of the bag, so is Trenum. And Ramsdale hits a nice shot out
that's
into
a
center
bomb.
field. That was a blast. That's gone almost all the way to the fence. He gets a double, 3 runs scored. Bases clearing.
Bases clear and double.
Bases clearing double. Lackey delivers. Oh, it's a hit to Lackey on the mound. Throws to the first. They make the catch. He's out. And that's the ball game, folks. Your final is 16-5. Orioles beat the Twins.
And that'll do it for sports this week. To watch the full Kristen interview and the Little League games, visit our YouTube channel or visit us online at norwoodcommunitymedia.org. Take it away, Coach.
Thanks, Brian. With summer here, Recreation Superintendent Travis Farley explains some ways to have fun and keep cool this summer.
Hi Norwood, Travis Farley here with the Recreation Department to give you some updates on everything we have happening this summer. Starting next week, the 24th, we have an abbreviated camp week before all of our camps start. So Monday through Friday, we actually have a summer blast program, which is a abbreviated play camp. We also have a Mustang sports program starting for next week to be that gap filler between when school ends and when camp starts. Our camps start, junior play, senior play, play camp on Monday, July 1st. That's when all of our camps start. So keep a lookout on that. We have some special events coming up this summer as well. Wednesday, July 17th and Thursday, August 15th, we're going to have movies in front of the high school. Those are going to be at dusk. So if you're looking for a fun family night, free of charge, free admission, come check it out. And we also have our Day of Hope Carnival on July 26th. That's a Friday. That's open to the public on Friday during the day at Haas Pool. So there's some fun special events that we have coming up and our play camp starting. Now moving on to our pools. Both pools will open up on Saturday, June 29th. We're going to be opening up Haas Pool on Wednesday the 26th from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. in the afternoon. Like I said, both pools will open on Saturday the 29th. We are going to be selling pool passes at the pools on the 29th and 30th, but after that, we're just going to be selling day passes there. So come check us out. Check us out on Facebook. Check us out on Twitter. Check us out on Instagram. We're all active there for any updates on programming. We have a lot of fun stuff. We hope you check it out. Any questions, feel free to contact the Civic Center. Thank you very much and have a good summer.
The summer reading program has officially begun at Morrill Memorial Library. Even if you are not a student, you can still join in the fun. For more, let's send it down to Charlotte Keneally over at the library.
So, depending on your reading style, whether you want to play along with bingo all summer long, or you just read a book here and there and you want to enter for weekly prizes, either way, we've got you covered. So, summer reading bingo has already started. Any books you read in June, July, August, and the first week in September, so you can get your Labor Day reading in, will count towards Reader's Bingo. So, we have some fun prizes being donated by local sponsors. I can announce Minas Brazilian Steakhouse in Norwood and Plie Bar Studio right now are local sponsors. We have a few more on the way. And then for weekly prizes, you can enter to win Barnes & Noble gift cards.
How it works. So every year the library runs our annual summer reading program. The theme changes every year, but pretty much how it works remains the same. It is a 10-week-long program to encourage children to read all summer long. We all know that when children don't read over the summer, they lose their literacy skills. This is called the summer slide, and so we really want to avoid that because kids do lose a significant amount of reading skills over the summer. So in order to have a fun way to encourage them, we do this summer reading program. Now what we do here at the library is we offer the Read and Bead program. So how it works is that every 15 minutes a child reads, they can earn one bead and fill up a whole necklace over the course of the summer. Some kids have even actually filled up like 2 or 3 necklaces because they do read so much.
And that's been really popular.
Extremely popular. Yeah, it's a great way to get people to come into the library. It's a great way to get kids familiar with using the library, and also they get something fun out of it in creating a necklace.
Well, that's all for Norwood News. To stay up to date with Norwood Community Media, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. As always, thank you so much for watching. Have a great weekend.